Hi, everyone. This is James again, and I'm presenting my portion of the Group 1 project. This is Demo 2. It's come quite a long way since Demo 1. Something that me personally I'd like to touch on that I've been working on is we updated the recommended sites. Before we just had Wikipedia here, and it was kind of like a placeholder. Now we have different websites listed, used a combination of demographics, what's popular among our intended audience for this application, as well as just general most popular websites. Ideally, once we can get the config file set up, that would be tailored to each individual. At the moment, it's something that you have to actually change in the code. Previously, we were wanting to use the Icon Horse API to get these images here, but we're having trouble working with that at the moment. It's something that we're deciding as a group if we want to try to keep pushing for the API. Right now, it's actually just direct links to the image that's hosted on their web server versus like an actual API call. And so we're going to see moving forward what we want to do with that. We have at least 3 other APIs that we're using in this project. So it's something that I think we'll feel comfortable with if we just want to have it kind of a static thing, not an actual API call, just, fetching the image from Icon Horse itself. Another thing I want to touch down here is this Lord of the Rings quote. What it'll do is every time the app refreshes, it will come up with a random quote. That's an actual API call. The specific API is called the One API. That API has a lot of stuff that you can call for it: images of characters, book titles, chapter titles, etc. For this project, what we want to do is just kind of a little Easter egg or just something fun down at the bottom. Just put up a random quote. I believe there's 1,000 quotes that they have stored, and I wrote a math function that'll basically just call a random number between 0 and 999, and it'll address that quote in the array, and it'll return the index of that array and the respective quote for it. So I'll go ahead and refresh the page and we can see what that looks like. Boom, boom. If you noticed, there is a known issue we have at the time. It's for some reason it's showing 2 quotes. It'll quickly print out one quote and then replace it really fast with another one. This is just a little bug that we're going to have to work on, and should have it ironed out by demo 3. I'm not sure why it's happening right now, if it's on the API side, or it's probably something that I did myself, some little silly bit of code. I'll show you one more time so you can see that bug in action. There we go. There it was. So I think that's all that I wanted to cover for my portion of the Demo 2 presentation. I'm going to hand it off to the other group members, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, James. This is Maria here for Group 1. So as far as the updates for our news widget goes, we did decide to include the images for all the headlines, so we have them here, and we now also have the ability to click on the headlines, and it'll open up the article source in a new tab. Other than that, another update is we've introduced our Google search widget at the top here. Right now, the styling is not the best. Definitely going to use some more work. But this is a functional Google search box. And when you run a search, it pops open a small window overlay with your search results. You can sort your results. And so that's it for now. Still needs work, but I'll hand it over to Nick. Thank you.
Hello, so I'm just going to give a quick overview of what I've done for our group project this week. I mainly focused on styling, and I also added a little trivia widget. I also added a geolocation call to the weather widget. This way, users don't have to manually enter their zip code. Also, the news widget here is empty because I got rate limited, not because it's not working. So first, I started by looking at the styling. I thought that our old layout as seen here was a little bit inconsistent and it just needed a little work. So I used Google's material design guidelines, and this is what I ended up with. It's not perfect, and I need to work on the search bar, but I am happy with how it's looking now. The trivia widget is just a little thing. It calls the Open Trivia Database API and shows a trivia question. If you know the answer, let's see. Yeah, so Corvettes, I guess they use V8s, so I got it wrong, and it shows red. On the other hand, yeah, if you answer it right, then it turns green. So that's just I thought it was a cute little way to interact with the page. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you.